The BBC is facing a critical juncture: adapt or risk becoming a relic of the past, like the Titanic. This is the stark warning from Jordan Schwarzenberger, manager of the Sidemen, a hugely successful YouTube collective with over 100 million subscribers. He believes the venerable broadcaster must undergo a radical shift to stay relevant to today's youth. Schwarzenberger, while acknowledging the BBC's history of producing great entertainment, criticizes its current approach. He sees a defeatist mentality in the BBC's push for new rules that would force digital platforms like YouTube to prioritize their content. But here's where it gets controversial: younger audiences are increasingly turning away from traditional channels and streaming services. They don't share the same cultural connection with the BBC as older generations do. The Sidemen manager uses a powerful metaphor, calling the BBC a Titanic, implying it's a massive entity ill-equipped to navigate the rapidly changing media landscape. He emphasizes the dramatic shift in consumption habits over the last few years, even noting a pre-TikTok and post-TikTok divide in how people experience content. He points out that young audiences are now part of a global, competitive market, making them question the need to pay for content. The Sidemen, which includes the popular creator KSI, are a prime example of this new media reality. Schwarzenberger, at just 28 years old, is speaking out because he feels no one is being brutally honest about the BBC's disconnect with Gen Z. He argues that the BBC won't regain relevance until they change their assumptions about this new world. He poses a crucial question: is it the Sidemen or the BBC who has more relevance amongst Gen Z? The answer, he suggests, is clear. The BBC and other broadcasters are advocating for enforced prominence on platforms like YouTube, citing the quality and cultural relevance of their content. This response was partly triggered by comments from the BBC's Director of Children and Education, Patricia Hidalgo, who expressed concern that the amount of American content children consume on YouTube weakens their connection to British culture. Schwarzenberger believes the solution isn't to cheat and bend the rules but to invest in the next generation of content creators. He suggests the BBC should embrace the formats and platforms that young people already use. This means adapting to the way kids consume content today, which might be very different from the established formats of shows like Blue Peter. He concludes that the defeatist mentality of many broadcasters, who feel they can't compete with global tech giants, is a major problem. He also notes a significant disconnect between the content watched by young people and the media consumed by the industry's executives. What do you think? Do you agree with Schwarzenberger's assessment? Is the BBC truly a Titanic, or can it adapt and thrive in the digital age? Share your thoughts in the comments below.